In from Madhya Pradesh and Chhindwara, the death of a 2-year-old girl, Yogita, has been confirmed due to kidney failure, possibly linked to cough syrup consumption as per initial post-mortem and renal biopsy reports. Her body was exhumed for post-mortem after News18 India reported that no autopsies were conducted for any of the 14 children who had died under similar circumstances. The exact cause of kidney failure will be confirmed after the viscera report. Unfortunate news that keeps emerging from Madhya Pradesh, which has been the key state from where very many of these children deaths are being reported. My colleague Manoj Sharma is joining us with all the details about this autopsy, this post-mortem. Manoj, we do understand that there was a huge amount of furor and controversy about why is there no post-mortem being conducted. But this particular case of this unfortunate case, in fact, of this 2-year-old girl, now confirms that her death was because of kidney failure, and this is a possible link to the cough syrup consumption. We're talking about Coldrif here. What more have you found out from the viscera report that is, of course, going to be made public, and also the post-mortem and the renal biopsy reports that suggest the same?
Yeah, you are right, because, we have been in fact, asking the administration for last 3 days why no post-mortem has been conducted by the district administration, even after 14 casualties in this tragic incident. So obviously, finally, we can say after our perpetual demand, after our insistent this demand for autopsy, finally, a body of a 2-year girl, it was exhumed yesterday and it was sent for the post-mortem. We have, according to sources, we have reports that death was caused by this only, kidney failure only. But exactly what led to kidney failure, it will be known only after that final viscera report.
Okay.
So we are waiting for that report, obviously. But the point is, the post-mortem, had it been conducted earlier, the casualty of 14 children can be saved, at least after 1 death, 2 deaths, 3 deaths, because it was within the purview of this district administration. Even if the death occurred there in Nagpur, when it was brought back to their native place, there are 2 processes for autopsy. One is it can be done on medico-legal basis, if it is a medico-legal case, some police case. And second is pathological autopsy. That is, if administration thinks that any epidemic, any disease which can cause harm to the society, they can go for post-mortem in any death. So obviously, this was a failure of the district administration. So finally, it is done. It is now confirmed that kidney failure is the cause of death.
Right. Thank you, Manoj, for that information. We also have a colleague, Sharon Elizabeth, who's joining us on the broadcast. Sharon, I wanted to get an inputs from you from that high-level emergency meet that was chaired by the Health Ministry. There have been certain things that have been highlighted in that particular meeting. Of course, the license of Coldrif manufacturers stands cancelled. But I would want to, in fact, get in updates on what happens to the doctors who end up prescribing cough syrups to children under 2 years. In this case, in Madhya Pradesh alone, there has been 1 arrest of a pediatrician, a local pediatrician that has taken place. But was there anything that was said on these medical practitioners?
Well, right now we are seeing a couple of doctors actually being vocal over the arrest of Dr. Prashant Soni. The Madhya Pradesh Chhindwara doctor who has in fact come under the scanner because he has prescribed the Coldrif cough syrup. Now there are, of course, there have been no statement that has come from the IMA or for that matter any of the doctors association, but there are a couple of doctors who have in fact been coming out and have been condemning the arrest because they have been claiming that we have been prescribing these medicine. Even Dr. Prashant Soni in his interview to CNN News 18 has specifically said that he has been prescribing Coldrif for past 15 years. And no such incidents have taken place. So now doctors have been saying that what is the fault of the doctor here? If a batch or 2 batches of a certain medication is spurious in nature, there needs to be a drug quality check that needs to be done at the higher level. If that has not happened, then how is it a fault of the doctor is the question that is being asked by a couple of doctors. But at the same time, we are seeing that these are the steps, of course, have been taken by the Madhya Pradesh government. The drug controller also, in fact, is looking into whether this was, in fact, a case of a couple of batches that was spurious in nature or contain toxic elements. All this investigation right now is going on.
To stay on with us, Sharon, we also have Himani joining us. Himani, I wanted to understand from you, and this is a fact that has also emerged, that there were some samples that showed the presence of this toxic element DEG or EG that we are talking about, while others didn't. Is it a case of less of samples that have been in fact looked at? Because in this case, there is of course a growing furor within the doctors community on why arrest a pediatrician for prescribing something that he's been doing for 15 years. It's only the sampling and probably a supply chain issue that needs to be looked at. Why go after the doctors?
Right. So, Briha, there were two main agendas that were discussed yesterday, and I think that will give the answer to your question. The two agendas were to act on the drug quality and the rational use of cough syrups. I think these two are very important points. So, yes, there were some samples which were of standard quality, while others contained DEG. The investigations are still underway, and as you pointed out sometime earlier about the kidney biopsy, I think that would be suffice to give answers to all of that. DEG's top symptom, a person who consumes DEG, the suffering will start from the kidney symptoms, specifically anuria, when a person is unable to pass urine. If that symptom was observed in children, this confirms that most likely they are suffering from the overdose of DEG. And as we can see, the two reports from the Madhya Pradesh government and other from the Tamil Nadu drug regulator shows that the contamination of DEG was from 46% to 48%, whereas the permissible limit is just 0.1%. So we can understand that, how high this was for a human body to consume. And one explicit agenda that was discussed yesterday was the compliance with the Schedule N. This will handle the quality issues that we have been seeing for the last 2-3 years at the Indian drug manufacturing sites. Specifically, when we talk about cough syrups, we have seen the similar cases at the Gambia, the Uzbekistan. We have seen various alerts coming from the World Health Organization. We have seen this happen domestically in Jammu in 2020, where we lost 12 kids to these. So overall, the quality issues as well as the rational use of cough syrups, the doctors cannot prescribe cough syrup to children less than 6 years of age. And in this case, we have seen the doctors prescribing the same to kids as young as less than 2 years.
Right, absolutely, Himani. Thank you so much for that. Also, Sharon, for joining us on the broadcast. With that, we go into a very short break. News and updates will continue on CNN News 18.